Hello and welcome to Season AY, the platform where we speak truth to power. Um, it's not something I would normally do. I haven't spoken much about this Israel and Palestine issue. You can see the map above my head. You can see the small corner, and the small corner there, that's Gaza. That's where they're going. They're trying to clear the people there into Egypt. And then they're trying to get, and of course, there's West Bank. I don't know how you see this, but when bombs are raining down on families, and it's been raining down, it's not, this has been a daily way. They've taken land over and over and over and over from the Palestinians. How is that a two-state solution? How? Somebody help me understand that. Keep in mind that the Balfour Treaty of 1917 is the foundation for all of this. There should be a two-state solution. What is being done here is not right. And I'm calling on African countries, we should pull out en masse out of the UN. Because if they're doing this in situations like this, they are creating injustice and unfairness. And we cannot sit idly by anymore. We need to really look at how we as an African continent can actually create our own bodies to protect our own lives. Because it's obvious now that the lives of, they put the lives of one people against the life of the others, when all lives should be equal. And that's a big concern. I'm very, very sad that the map that you see there, that is showing us, I'm watching some of the things that's going on TV as well as I'm talking to you. How can anybody sit down and say this is justice? How can anybody say that? There is no justification for the murderous acts. That doesn't mean I'm supporting what Hamas did. Don't misunderstand me. But Israel have been taking lives of the people, the Palestinians, both in Gaza and in West Bank, year after year, day after day, minute after minute, unrelenting. Exactly what do you expect when you've been pushed to the wall? Basically, if you look at the sea, the Gazans have no right to the sea. They're cut off from the sea because they are patrolled. They don't have control of their own electricity. Israel controls the food, controls the water, controls everything about their life. Now tell me, what's the difference between that? That's an open prison camp with millions of people. Now you're telling them to move south. You're telling them to move south. So what happens to the land when you clear that place? Doesn't it end up in the hands of the settlers again? This is a recipe for, this is horrifying. Just keep looking at that map. I deliberately put it behind me because I want us to really understand. In 1947, that was not how the map looked like. That wasn't. I'm going to try and see if I can put what the map looks like in this picture somehow to show you. I will show you the current map, and the map back in 1948. That will show up somewhere in this broadcast so that you can compare and contrast. And I will try and also bring in the Balfour Treaty of 1917, where the Palestinians were not at the table as their land was being carved up by the British Parliament in the UK. That's the reality of the situation. We need to call this out as it is. This is injustice, terribly unfair, so wrong. And I do not think, the one thing is we need to be aware of, again I say it is time for us as Africans to begin to do something. We need to pull out of the UN, because the UN is watching genocide go on. The UN is watching genocide go on. The US prevented passing them, they vetoed the motion to call to get a